Hello everybody, this is Rose Witchery helping guide you on your journey, and today I'm going to be doing a video that was requested by you guys. There was actually a tie between this and another video, which will be the next Friday video that I release. So this week we're doing what's on my altar, so we'll get into that in a little bit, but first, if you like this video and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit like, comment on what it is that you liked about this video, and possibly even what we have in common. If you notice me looking down here, my altar's here. So anyway, what you have on your altar is in common with what I have on mine. Every week I release a new video on Mondays and Wednesdays, which are readings. So on Mondays I release weekly or monthly readings, depends on where it lies in the month. And every second Friday I release a video like this about witchy or spiritual content. So a little bit more about my practice, so you can get a better understanding about why I have these things on my altar. I'm a sea witch. I also work with a lot of crystals. I've been practicing for about 6 months, and reading tarot for about 2 months. I know it's not that long, but I felt called to it, and I learned very quickly as well. Some of the crystals that I have I didn't get them over these past 6 months. I think only one of the crystals on my altar is a new one. The rest of them are all crystals that I've gotten over the years. What else? This is just what's on my altar. I personally am an eclectic witch. I don't follow one particular practice. I'm not Wiccan. I take a few slight ideas from Wiccan, but not really when it comes to my altar. This is just literally my personal practice. The biggest way I can describe my religious path is Greek pagan, but I don't feel like that's fully reflected in my altar because I feel I don't need to. The deities that I work with within Greek paganism have told me, my guides and the deities that I work with and that guide me have told me that I don't need to necessarily have a section for them on my altar. They've told me all I need is my mind, and that's how I'll communicate with them. Yeah, I just personally don't have anything on my altar, but I know a lot of people that do have sections on their altar for their deities, and I fully respect that. I just personally don't. I've also got like the top of my altar where things are like on display, but I've also got a drawer where I keep other things as well, and then a slot next to it where I keep my books. That's just my personal altar layout. That's the only kind of way I could have done it. I don't have a lot of room. My bedroom here is the only really place I could have put it. And this is the only shelf sort of thing I could have used. So I think that's enough talking from me. Let's get to looking at my altar. Okay everybody, so I'm not going to be in front because I can't be. So we'll just start with my crystal grid here. Let me guys in. So my crystal grid here is in no particular order. It's not even really grid, to be honest. I just placed the things in the grid that felt right to me with the selenite, or like basically the selenite. This tower is the energy center to my altar, so that is basically charging everything else on the altar for me. That's what it's purpose holds on my altar. And I've also got like this heart quartz, which I actually got for Valentine's Day from my boyfriend. And I have this amethyst geode here, right in the center, because that was the first ever crystal that I had. It's kind of the center of everything. And I've got this rose quartz, raw rose quartz here, this rose quartz as well. Basically everything, all the crystals here were placed in a particular way, whatever spirit told me to put where I put it. And then I have these two Scarlet Shells, because it kind of closes everything in with the power of the sea, the power of the ocean. And then I have these two smaller ones as well, same kind of purpose, but a little bit smaller as well. And I have this conch shell that I collected, which to me represents communication. So, you know, when you're a kid, you put those shells up to your ear and you can hear the ocean. Basically, to me, that's too small to be able to do that like now, but to me, the conch shell that represents communication for me, and communication with my spirit guides and with the ocean, both of them. And I've also got this jar of full moon water here. Some people would say by keeping it on the shelf there, it can be tainted by the sun, and then it's no longer moon water, it's just celestial water. I think that's what it's called, celestial, right? I don't know. In the comments down below if it's something different. But two of my closest guides in Greek paganism are Apollo and Animus. They are the twins that are in charge of the sun and the moon respectively. So both of them, especially Apollo, the god of the sun, has told me personally there's no way that he would ruin the intention that I put into my moon water, and he wouldn't taint my the moon water that Artemis has charged for me. Mostly because he doesn't want to piss off his sister. I've also got this Hedoline salt lamp, which offers protection to my altar and to my space, to my room. It charges everything again like what my selenite does. And I also have this wand. Oops, that away. So my wand, for me, is just that's what a wand does. It's just as a prop if I need a lot of charging done, because I can do energy manipulation with my hands, which I do. That is my main tool, is my hands that I use, and I charge my altar, all of these crystals, everything. But the wand, if there's anything in particular that I need to really focus my energy into, that's what I use my wand for. So I used a piece of driftwood here. I have more driftwood in my drawer. I have a piece of obsidian on the tip of the wand, because to me obsidian represents powerful protection. So by putting it on the end, it pushes powerful energy into whatever it is that I am doing. And then at the end I have my two favorite crystals, actually, clear quartz, which is just an amplifier of energy, and amethyst, which is just my favorite crystal in the universe, I guess. Amethyst and rose quartz are my two favorites. That's why I actually have two pieces of each. So I've got the amethyst geode and the amethyst point on my altar. Now I also have this here, this rose here, which I actually got from my local flea market, and it's actually it's meant to be a tea light candle holder, but I don't use candles in my practice. I'm not allowed to light candles in my house, So what I did was I put in all my little tumbled stones. For no particular reason really, that was just what I was called to do. That's what Spirit told me to do, so that's what I did. So here we have this wooden box that was actually made by my grandfather, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for at first, but when he gave it to me for my birthday, I had a look at what I needed in my room, and then realised I need somewhere to keep my tarot and oracle cards. So I keep the ones I've made all in here. I've actually got some new cards, which you'll be seeing on my channel for the first time right here. So these are my homemade ones, and I've also got, gosh, I can't put them in, a sneak peek. I'll be using these in the readings for next week. These little animal oracle cards that I drew just the other day, and I'm so proud of them and I love them so much. Put those there. And I also got the Modern Witch Tarot as well, which I'm so excited for. I literally just got these like an hour ago. They just turned up on my doorstep. They didn't just, they were ordered for me, and they just arrived about an hour ago. Maybe two, I don't know. And then obviously my Muse Tarot, which you guys have seen in past readings. These are a lot smaller than the Modern Witch Tarot, but I'm actually pretty sure, don't come for me, but I'm pretty sure these are actually not from the original publication of the Muse Tarot. I got them on Etsy, but I actually think I got a dupe, and I feel extremely crushed by that, but that's why this time I got the tarot from a place that I trust. Next time I'll just be going straight through, places that I trust to get it. Like these ones, these Dragon Oracle cards I know are real because I got them from my favourite metaphysical store. Anyway, so yeah, felt brick lining on the, felt brick. I was gonna say felt, then I said fabric, felt brick. Felt lining on the bottom, and all that you need in the box, I don't know. So, in this drawer here I have the rest of my altar stuff, including my tarot casting cloth here that I actually embroidered myself, and this was my first time embroidering anything, so I am very, very happy with it. It's actually just an old bandana that I had, never used it, and then I just embroidered the faces of the moon onto it. Now I'll grab, oh goodness, yep, so, oh god, okay, so this here I have some spare jars that I'll use for ingredients for spells, some stones, some shells here. These are the ones that I collected myself, and I have some pieces of driftwood, including this piece of driftwood that I have. Oh wait, no, I think this was just a stick. I don't know if this was actually driftwood. But anyway, I made that into my first ever wand, which I now keep kind of like a backup. And I got these from a store, these shells here. It just came with a massive bag of different shells. So the next thing I want to show you guys is this. This is actually the box my Dragon Oracle came in, but I use it just as a little divider thing in my drawer. I have my Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan sea salt, and I use that for charming crystals and things. Which that will be in my next video. I'll be showing you guys how I do that. And I also have a little jar of fairies, also known as wishes. Those little balls of the seeds that have the fluff around them, that when you're a kid and you catch them, you make a wish and you blow it away. Basically, I use these when I'm manifesting. And then here I have some pieces of Citronella, which are used for abundant spells. And I have a crab claw, and well, two crab claws. This one's sun bleached, this one not so much. Well, a little bit on the side, but little crab claw that I found, and this is actually part of the body of the crab. Found it together all wrapped up in seaweed. Sorry, vegans. And then here I have my pendulum as well, which is a tiger's eye point. My boyfriend actually got it for me to wear as a necklace, but I felt the energy was just wrong. It completely messed with me, and I just didn't connect with it the way I wanted to. None of the properties that everyone talked about with tiger's eye actually were true for me. And I looked further into it and I found out that my star sign, Capricorn, it's very common for you to not feel connected to tiger's eye jewellery, and the energies just don't work. So I thought, I'll put down the necklace, I won't wear it for a few days and I'll see how I feel. And I felt so much better. But then I felt my guides and the necklace calling me, saying, if you don't want to wear me, don't waste me. I want to be a pendulum. Now I had a couple of other pendulums, like makeshift ones, made out of crystal cages with a couple of chumble crystals in it. They worked very well, but this one in particular, the first night that I decided I'm going to be using it, I actually charged it under the full moon. I used it the next morning and it was very strong, and it came in this fabric, velvet, case. This is actually where the necklace itself came from. But I've since put on a different chain and added the pentacle onto it. Just personal touches for my personal practice. What else have I got in here? I have some jars. This is what I use moon water for. Particularly, skulls are very strong for manifesting. The symbol of a skull is extremely strong for manifesting things. So that's what I used. I charged that with the intention of manifestation. And I have my, what are these ones? Letters? Yeah, so I have my letter tiles in here. This bag is actually handmade from an old dress that I used to have, but it was too short to be a dress, too long to be a t-shirt, so I cut it to be a t-shirt and used the rest of the velvety-ish fabric to make into pouches. This one here has my runes in it. Well, you can't see them, so I'll just... my runes. I don't use these in every reading just because I don't want to all the time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I have this, which is actually an old Citronella candle base. But we were using, my partner and I, my boyfriend and I, we were at a batch with some friends for just the weekend. We had this outside to get rid of the mosquitoes and the bugs and stuff, and then it caught fire. because my boyfriend had been lighting it with a bamboo skewer and it had broken off into the dish. He did not remove these and they caught fire. There is now a burn mark on that table, but thankfully it was his parents that owned the batch and we weren't renting it. We would not ever be able to rent from that guy again, but basically I took this home with me to use for any spy spells or anything. Haven't used it yet, but I might. I just want to take a moment to talk about this because this is trippy as hell. I was picking up my bag of letter tiles and one singular letter fell out. And it was letter R. I mean, come on, my name is Rose. How could this not be a coincidence? Come on, man. Anyway, so I decided to come back on camera again for this part. So the next thing I want to show you is my books. I have my Grimoire, Sea Witch Journal, Book of Shadows. I actually made this cover myself out of just some cheap leather-like fabric. Bound it, put the shells on the front. And it contains just a little title page thing. Some like, you know, normal grimoire stuff, I guess. My runes, what the runes all mean, and also my notes on what all the tarot cards mean, including space for me to write for my new deck that I just got. I've also got a page on wand making. I'm going to write a page on the clear and all the different crystals and their meanings, and I've got a few other things as well. I'm going to be adding the Wheel of the Year on the back, because I do celebrate the Sabbaths. But yeah, so I'll close this back up. So I've also got my tarot journal, particularly. I have my tarot notes on what the cards all mean in my grimoire, but in this book I have the notes on the readings that I get. So readings from like Haley and Caitlin and stuff. If you saw my introduction video, you know what I'm talking about. Other YouTubers. I write their notes down, and then for I also write notes on readings that I do myself. The other day I did a reading on where my shadow work is going. Pretty happy with how that came out. And then right at the back I have, which I should actually put on my grimoire now that I think about it, I have the notes on my animal oracle, what all the animals mean, and I have what my watercolor oracles all mean as well, and I have some sprayed ideas for future videos and stuff as well. Starting in the next moon cycle, not doing it this time, I'll be doing a full moon spread just before the full moon and a new moon spread just before the new moon. Stay tuned for that if you want to find out what you should be doing during the moon phases. Subscribe, you know what to do. Yeah. I just got this notebook from my sister, had no idea what to use it for, found it when I wanted to start tarot notes, now I'll use it for that. So that's all for this video. If you want to see more videos like this or future readings, then subscribe. Mondays and Wednesdays New Zealand time I bring out a new reading. Every second Friday New Zealand time I bring out videos like this one. The next video that I'll be doing in 2 weeks on Friday will be how to charm jewellery, I got the idea when I did a smoke and fireless charming and protection spell on this amethyst. Also got other jewellery that I charge and protect myself without the need for anything else. But the amethyst in particular needed a stronger thing. So without further ado, that was all for this video. If you guys want a personal reading, feel free to contact me on Instagram and my DMs. There's a tarot spread post on my page there, and you just pick a 3 tarot card spread. So I give 3 tarot cards and then 1 of each of my oracle cards. And what I do is I film a video for you, put it up on my YouTube as unlisted, send you a link, and it's up there for you for about a week. I also post different inspirational quotes. You guys will be the first to know when a post goes up on my channel. You'll also get to, like what happened with this video, you'll also get to vote for which video you want to see in the future. I also post some fun things on my story there too, and I'm trying to do daily tarot pulls on my reels as well, but I missed Wednesday's one this week. I feel kind of slack about that, but what can you do? But anyway, if you like this video, subscribe, hit like, obviously. Comment down below if you have any questions for me or comments about this video and what you want to see in the future. But other than that, that's all there is to it. Hope you like my altar. See you guys on Monday.